All right, so what we're going to be talking about right now is my 2021 Ram 2500 gas. So it's got the 6.4 Hemi in it, and it's got the ZF 8-speed transmission. Why did I go gas? And there's a few reasons. Mainly, I work out of it. So before this truck, what we had is a Ram 3500 dually, because I work and I travel a bunch. And what we did was we put my family in this, and they would travel with me, and we would just drive around to a bunch of places, and I would work and they would stay in the campground, and they were homeschooled, and it was great. And then that situation changed, so I had a dually that I was just driving around and I work out of, but I wasn't towing, so I was just putting all these miles on it. And it was my dream truck. It was really nice. It had a whole bunch of cool guy stuff in it. It was super nice, and I was just ruining it. And then I would pay a bunch of money for maintenance all the time, and it wasn't cool. So I think like every 15,000 miles, give or take, you got to spend quite a bit of money, maybe like 500 bucks to change the oil and the oil filters, or not the oil filters, the fuel filters. And even if you do it yourself, which I did, it's a bunch of money. But this, I can drive about 8,000 miles, and I spend about $100, and I change the oil. That's significantly cheaper. So even if you take into account the mileage on a diesel and then this, so every 16,000 miles, give or take, right around there, it's less than $200. Now fuel, because I travel for work, I get paid, so I have a fuel card, so I don't pay for fuel when I use it for work. So there's that. So it's not like I'm saving money on fuel. I don't pay for it. So that's a thing. Mainly just maintenance was a thing, and plus I was just ruining the inside. The inside was super nice, and as I worked in it, I would be totally dirty and gross and yucky, and then I was making my truck yucky. Not a good thing, at least in my opinion. Even if I cleaned it up, I just couldn't keep up. What is this? Dirt. So we just wouldn't have had a bunch of good times in it. But no, it's not bad. Oh, look at this. A bird pooped on it today. Dang it all. I just washed it, but I live in Florida, so pollen and yuck. And then plus I was working on the camper again, so I got like water all over it. But it's not bad. And then so the interior was cloth on my other one, but it was like a nice cloth. But this stuff is pretty good. So it's vinyl, but it's like pretty tough, and I like it. So the inside is super plasticky, but once again I work out of it. It came with these. It still has a pretty good size radio and screen, and you can plug it in. So I got the Android stuff, but it's not bad. It's not near as fancy as my other truck, but once again I work out of it, so it's not bad. The one thing I did is when I hit about maybe like 35,000 miles, is I found a tire shop that had these. And those are, I think, the platinum wheels, and I paid $1,300 for these wheels. It came with almost brand new set of tires on it. They were just stock tires, and they replaced the sensors. They just took the ones out of my old tires. I put them in there and then put them on. $1,300 for a brand new set of wheels and tires, and it makes the truck look so much better than the steel wheels. However, it looked pretty good with the steel wheels. So that's all I've really done to it. I haven't done anything else to it. And then so, you know, and it drives pretty well. And then when I tow, like when I tow this, it's not the heaviest camper, but like I think when it's totally loaded up, or when it was before we moved all of our junk out of it, it was right around, I'm assuming, 11,000 pounds. I never weighed it. The hitch weight was probably right around like 2,000 pounds, I'm assuming. I never weighed it, but dry, you know, it's 1,000 pounds. But I would load that up, and then we had everything up top. It's right around 2,000 pounds or 3,000, somewhere right around there. And this truck, this gas truck, it would pull it right down the road, easy peasy. I would though suggest, what I would do is I would manually do the gear selection, and I would keep it in 6th gear to keep the RPMs up in the nice like power band. That way it wouldn't try and shift multiple times from, it would shift like from 7th to 6th all the time, like if you would hit a slight incline. So I just decided I will leave it in 6th, and it just drives fine. I'll be pulling, you know, this at like 70, 75, 65, somewhere in there, depending upon traffic and how things were, and it just goes down the road fine. And then when I pull it with my dually, I would get right around 10 to 11 miles per gallon. With this, I get between 8 and 9. So it's not even like it's that big of a difference when I would be towing. Now, when I tow the side-by-sides on it, so I have the rack that goes into the back. So this truck has right around like 3,500 pounds of payload because it's gas, so you get more payload in the back. And then I put a side-by-side on that trailer. So, and that trailer weighs 1,000 pounds. And then I put about a 2,000 pound side-by-side in the back, and then with junk, and then more junk in there. So this probably has right around like 3,000 pounds in it in the back, and then probably right around 3,000 pounds in there. So it's total, you know, it's right around like 7,000 pounds. I pull it, I get, you know, 10 to 9 miles per gallon, which isn't bad for fuel when you're pulling a whole bunch of junk. Granted, it's not a big trailer, but I have a whole bunch of junk back there and then in there, and it just grabs air. But other than that, it's been perfect. So I've got right around like 67,000 miles on it, and the only thing that I've had to do is replace the front drive shaft disconnect. So I go on job sites all the time. Sometimes I pull trailers. I've got to be in four-wheel drive to get all that junk onto a job site and then off of it successfully without having to be pulled out. I got it from a dealership that had a lifetime warranty on the drivetrain, and then so they took, I think it took it in, got diagnosed. They had the parts in a few days later, and it took them a half a day to successfully change out all that crap. But I've been pretty happy with it so far. We'll see. I plan on having it forever, just because when I bought this truck, it was $42,000. That's significantly cheaper than what you can find right now. So for $42,000, I got a four-wheel drive heavy-duty truck that was significantly cheaper than I could find anywhere else, and plus it's pretty nice inside. So in the back, like for my kids, there's still quite a bit of room. So even with the car seat in there, and then my wife was in there, she had the seat reclined back, it's not bad. So there's still a bunch of room, and it comes with that and all that stuff, and got AC in the back and all that nonsense. But it's not horrible for a work truck. It's bare bones, except for it came with the upgraded radio. And then, so what else did I do to it? Well, I put those onto it. It's a company called like NFAB, made in America stuff. And then this hard tonneau cover, and it's hard, so like you can't cut through it. And I think you could put like 300 pounds on top of it. It's a company called, see if I can get up here. Yeah, American Tonneau Company. I don't even know if they're in business now. I went to go buy some for a few more work trucks, and I couldn't find it. So there's that. But either way, it's a 2021, and I think they changed the transmission in 2018, I believe. So it goes from the 6-speed to the 8. Transmission is way good. It does pretty great driving. I think I get like right around like 16 miles per gallon mix. It is a damn good truck, and I would highly recommend it. Now, I don't know how it compares to the Ford 7.3, but that truck is also a monster.